Before the finals began, Rip Hamilton told me, I'm going to run all day, every game. Whoever guards me is going to get tired. Larry Brown preached to his team, every chance you get to run the fast break, run it. Try and tire Shaquille O'Neal out. The Pistons made 8 more free throws than the Lakers even attempted. They dominated L.A., dominated them in Game 5, dominated them in the series. David Aldridge has more.
Let us hear no more about injuries or feuds. Not after the Detroit Pistons controlled these finals from start to finish. Completely, overwhelmingly, decisively.
We all knew what it took. You know, we was all going to play hard. You know, we all knew that if we believe that we can go ahead and win, and we put our heads together, we can do anything.
Nobody gave us a chance, but we felt we had a great chance, man. We knew that it would be a tough task, you know, playing against, you know, Shaq and Kobe and the other great players that they had. But, you know, we knew as a team, we just felt we was a better team.
Game 5 was the series in microcosm. The Pistons controlled the tempo, the glass, and the game. As Laker resistance ebbed, then gave way.
When we got to running, I think it gave us a little confidence. It seemed like the basket got a little bigger. And that's the only way, you know, we felt we could beat them.
When we started pushing the basketball, we were taking control of the tempo of the game, and we could tell that we were really taking over at that point in time.
They're playing like a few guys, big, heavy minutes, so we have to take advantage of that. Just make sure we made them play hard every play. And, you know at some point that, you know, they weren't going to have enough left.
Before Game 1 of the finals, Larry Brown told his players that the Lakers could be defended because they didn't like to pass the ball to each other. During Game 1, he told his players they could get any shot they wanted. Neither statement was proven wrong. And because of that, the Pistons are the world champions. In Auburn Hills, Michigan, I'm David Aldridge, ESPN.
David, thanks. Greg Anthony, Tim Legler joined me again. Kobe Bryant averaged 22.5 points a game in this series. It was the toughest, hardest work in 22 I've ever seen any player go through. How did they hound him so effectively?
Well, the Detroit Pistons, they had the athleticism, they had the will and desire to stop Kobe Bryant. But what they got from Larry Brown was the strategy. Basically, they said, look, we're not going to concern ourselves with Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to have 3 sets of eyes and bodies and sets of hands on you at all times, Kobe Bryant. We're going to frustrate you. We're going to make you take difficult shots. We're going to force you to get your teammates uninvolved in the game and not allow them to get any type of rhythm, and we're going to make you try and beat us by yourself, and that's exactly what happened, and Kobe Bryant was unable to do it. They had the perfect game plan, but more importantly, they had the athletes and the mindset with which to do it.
They didn't have athletes, they had athletes.
Athletes.
Absolutely. And, you know, Kobe Bryant, you think about him, think how frustrating it will be. You can't get an open look, and every single driving angle, you have 2 guys right there ready to cut you off. You're forced to take tough shots, and those shots weren't only contested, they were altered in most cases. Never was able to get into any kind of offensive rhythm. They just said, you know, we're going to live with Shaq basically doing his thing down low, but Kobe really couldn't get on track.
Kobe shot about 38% for this series. You know, Kobe and Shaq were the superstars of this series, but now there are more. There's Wallace, there's Tayshaun, there's Chauncey Billups. How does it happen when, like, guys nobody heard of now become household names?
Well, because of the way they play the game. You know, coming into the series, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, pretty much already household names. Well, I think you have 3 more now. Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince. And Tayshaun Prince, the guy, you know, last year we thought was just an offensive player. Now made a name for himself on the defensive end of the floor. Chauncey Billups showed his ability to not only run the break, but run a team, be a scorer as well. And, you know, we've talked ad nauseum about Richard Hamilton running people silly. He's now become a complete all-around offensive player. It's kind of scary when you look at the nucleus of his team. They're all young, they're athletic, and they like playing together.
The Pistons joined the Celtics as the only franchises to win NBA titles in 3 straight decades.